My name is James Beal, and I am the owner, founder, book selector of Bergstrom Press Books. Bergstrom Press is the press side of what we do, and we publish materials for people who are studying languages. We mainly try to stay in the area of Central and Eastern Europe, which is also the theme of the bookstore. So most of our books are not in English, they are in Polish, German, Ukrainian, Russian, Czech, Belarusian. What Russians would say is that it's fate, судьба. That my background was in Soviet and Eastern European studies. I was a specialist studying East Germany, which obviously no longer exists. And after my studies, which included a year in Hamburg in Germany, I was in the United States Air Force. And when the Cold War ended, they no longer needed a lot of us. So then I moved into academia, was working towards my PhD, but there weren't a lot of jobs in political science at the time. So I fell in with people who like to sell books. And in 1999, I decided to go into business for myself. When I started the company, I had the idea of opening a physical bookshop, and the first place I looked was here in Kensington, and have not looked back since. This is our third location that we've been in Kensington since I started the bookstore. What's interesting is I started my bookstore at the same time that Kensington Row Bookshop opened up. We opened up about the same time, and since then we've been, partners in bookselling. We've helped out a lot with the Day of the Book, which I love here in Kensington, that we host that festival, from the early days just on the sidewalk to now where the entire street is shut down and it's nothing but books and book people and book culture. Another thing that I do like about Kensington is that it's a very unique place that we have 3 independent bookstores, and whereas I focus mainly on Central and Eastern Europe, we also have a French language bookstore, it's a very unique flavor that I love about what we're able to do here in Kensington. Eastern and Central Europe is a very fascinating part of the world. For a long time, these smaller countries were caught between various empires, and they would disappear, reappear, disappear from the maps of Europe. And the people there are very warm, friendly, and it's a very fascinating part of the world. Then overlay that on top of that, the situation during the Cold War, where you had the United States and the Soviet Union, and a lot of that part of the world was unknown to most Americans, and probably still is. But I think now the war in Ukraine, particularly the aggressiveness and barbarity of it, has increased the interest of folks who are not familiar with the region, or maybe don't speak the regional languages, are now interested. And so as a result, I've added more English language books, for example, about the region. We host author events about from people who are experts in the region, and those are aimed not only at people who are familiar with the region, but also people who just want to know more. A very large part of what we do is children's books in the various languages. Not a lot in English, but we do have Russian, Ukrainian, Polish, German, a little bit of Czech, even some Albanian children's books. Again, there the demand has increased because of the number of refugees and people who've resettled to the United States because of the war. Our bookstore is really open for everyone. You don't really have to know the languages. It's really if you're interested in the region. If you're interested in knowledge and reading and languages, this is your place. If they wanted to look at the book inventory, then that's bergstrompressbooks.com. New books will arrive there. Any kind of sales or special events going on will also be on that, and that's bergstrompressbooks.com.